What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review. Baby, we are back with another season of Basketball Wives. This is season 12, episode 1, and the episode is titled, Is Giving Foe. Let's get into it. So, we start this episode off with Jen and her man Christian, okay? Now, y'all already know that the media was eating Jen and Christian up because, baby, that man was scheming and plotting on people, okay? So basically, when we see Jen and Christian, she's like super happy because now, I'm getting married to Christian and it's going to be so great. Or actually, no, she already married him. They're already married. She's still in La La Land. She's still living in Delulu and she is in her honeymoon phase, okay? So they replay everybody's reaction to hearing about Christian having to go to jail because he violated his probation. So according to him, he got mixed signals on if he was able to travel to Paris to plan the wedding or not. So he took it upon himself to just go ahead and go. And according to him, there was a photo taken of him and Jen at the airport and it was sent to his PO. I'm not sure if I believe all that. I'm like, we are in the time of social media, so I wouldn't be surprised if they saw it on social media. But also at the same time, I can't lie, I'm kind of giving Jen a side eye. I really am. Because in my mind, if I knew I was dating a man who was on probation, okay? I already know this information. I know he on probation. And then once we got that mixed signal of yes, you can, actually, no, you cannot, I probably would have took it upon myself to be like, you know what, baby, let's not do the wedding in Paris. Let's, have a really nice wedding somewhere else. Because please know, they could have had a beautiful ceremony in Atlanta. They could have had a beautiful ceremony in California. Like, be so for real about yourself. But I feel like, why couldn't we just do the honeymoon in Paris? Like, y'all know what I'm saying? Like, until you got that solid okay, hell, even if he would have done the honeymoon, it would have to been a later honeymoon. Just wait till the man off probation. How much time he got? How much time he got left on probation? That's the real question. But nonetheless, if it were me, I probably would have moved my wedding to somewhere else just to make sure he ain't got to go back to jail. But this is what happened. He had to do 2 days before the wedding, and then he had to go back to jail afterwards and do 13 more days. So in total, he got 15 days in prison because he violated his probation. I was like, shit, that ain't even too long. If we want to be honest, he only had to do 15 days. That ain't too crazy. But here's the thing. We seen a clip of everybody reacting to the fact that the media is eating Jen and Christian up alive because it is broke that, hey, this man got to go back to jail. So everybody's reaction is very devastated and being like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Jen. However, there is one person who didn't exactly have that sentiment, and that was Evelyn. Evelyn was dogging Christian out, okay? Now, here's the thing. Nobody in the cast attended the wedding. And then she goes on to show us that she is dropping him off at the prison. So I guess he went to prison in Atlanta, because I guess that's where he's probably based, and they probably live in Atlanta. I don't even think they live in California. I think she just come out here to film. Nonetheless, according to her, she does feel a little bit guilty because she's the one who put him in the limelight. And I'm like, limelight or not, that man was still going to be violating his probation. That doesn't change, sweetheart. So I'm not even understand why you are expressing your guilt for that part. Like, no, you should have just probably moved the wedding. But you wanted what you wanted. It is what it is. Now, we hop on over to Jackie, okay? She's in her apartment. And we learn that Chantel, yes, her daughter Chantel, is living in the same apartment complex. Literally, probably 2 floors down, okay? Now, Jackie, she is holding her grandchild, telling him, oh, I just love you. I would murder for you. I would go to jail for you. I said, Jackie, you sound crazy. Please stop it. Now, a little bit about Chantel. She is married to someone by the name of Daquan Jeffries. He plays for the Charlotte Hornets, and I did not realize that this girl has 2 kids now. She has an 8-year-old and a 1-year-old. However, her daughter's father absolutely shut it down that she cannot film with her daughter, okay? We will not be seeing her daughter on this show. I'm just wondering if she is able to post her child on social media. Like, I legit completely forgot that girl even had a whole other child. But nonetheless, so she's talking to her mom, right? And Chantel is telling her how, basically she came to LA so that way she could get her son into child modeling, because that's what she did as a child. And Chantel is out here laying out the rules for Jackie. Like, you can't just come over whenever you want to. No, you're not going to get a key. All these things. And I'm just like, girl, why did you move into that complex? Like, I'm sorry. There's no way that I'm going to move into the same apartment complex with my mom and I don't want to be around her. Like, that is so wild to me. But nonetheless, Chantel mentions that, her and Jackie have always had a rocky relationship. And honestly, Jackie has had a rocky relationship with both of her children. And the thing is, Jackie always wants to be in control. All because you're in control doesn't mean you're always right, Jackie. But let's go ahead and move on. We're going to see what Chantel brings to the show. Now, we jump on over to Evelyn, and she is talking about how, she's a grandmother now, and how her daughter has a baby with the game. And honestly, when she said that, I was just kind of like, it's crazy that your daughter has a baby with the game, and he's closer in age to you than he is to her. But I digress. But also at the same time, the way she kind of lit up when she said, oh, and my daughter has a baby with the game, it's kind of like, yeah, but let's not act like the game is not a bump, okay? The game has done some questionable things. Let's not forget that he still owes that one woman, like, a bunch of money. Hell, I think he just had to sell his house so he could pay her a portion. Like, I'm sorry, the game's name does not hold weight like it used to, first of all. Secondly, I just would probably be more so embarrassed that my daughter chose to have a baby with a man like the game. I'm not going to get into all of his things, but baby, if you from LA, you may know, okay? Moving on from there, here's the thing. We have Jackie meeting with Evelyn, and basically Jackie says that, I want to have a Friendsgiving this year. So Evelyn's like, oh, okay, cool. But here's the thing. I haven't talked to Jennifer. Once everything came out with Christian, she stopped answering my calls and all these things. And basically she felt like, listen, all that stuff blowing up in your face with Christian before the wedding, that was a sign from God, Jennifer. Okay? And that was God trying to send you a sign that you should not be with Christian. Now, moving on, we actually see Jennifer and Brandy meet up. Now, Brandy says that she's separated from Jason. How many times are they going to break up to make up? Like, they are exhausting. Hell, Brandy is exhausting. But Jennifer goes on to talk about how, she's gotten so close with Christian's family because they supported her when he went to jail. Girl, what else was they going to do? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like, girl, what else was his family going to do? And also at the same time, Jennifer, stop acting like this man was going away for a year. He wasn't even going away for 6 months. Y'all, he already did 2 days. Now he only got to do 13. That's less than 2 weeks. Jennifer, please stop. It's like, I can understand if this was a man who ain't never been to jail, but he's been there before. He know what to do. Relax. Nonetheless, Jennifer, she brings up the fact that, Jackie's going to have this Friendsgiving, but at the same time, she feels like Evelyn, they got issues. Baby, they got beef. Because she feels like Evelyn didn't need to take her issues to social media when she could have just called Jennifer. And I absolutely agree. Evelyn, there should be no video There should be no sound. There should be no audio, no nothing of you talking about Jennifer and Christian and their situation. Like, girl, you absolutely could have called her. Y'all have each other's number. Be so for real about yourself. Now, according to to Jennifer, baby, the streets are talking about Evelyn as well. So if she want to be petty, she really could be petty. And I'm like, Jen, please be petty. Like, I love when y'all are able to go in on Evelyn, okay? Because Evelyn is the real villain. However, we gonna see how this season rock, okay? Now, here's the thing. Brandy, she's basically said how, everybody was worried about you and all this stuff. And Jennifer is peeping that Brandy is about to be, Team Evelyn the whole time. She's Evelyn's cheerleader. And it's crazy because Jen mentioned how Brandy let a bunch of single ladies walk her right out of her marriage. And the way she said that made it seem like Jennifer and Brandy may not be on good terms by the time we get to the end of the season. But we'll see what happens, okay? Now, moving on from there, we see Evelyn. Now, she is talking to her baby daddy, Carl, cousin Kiki. Yeah, I know, a mouthful, right? And basically, we learned that this woman got scammed by Christian. So she explains that this man finessed her out of $1,500 and she wants her money back. So basically, it sounds like she signed up for his program or course or whatever it is that he said he had going on. She signed up for it. It wanted her, not it, but the program wanted her to sign up for Bitcoin. However, when she had questions about it, she had never heard from him. Yeah, it's giving scammer. It's giving he was selling people ebooks and trying to tell them, you can make all this happen for 3 easy payments of $397, and you got basic information that you could have probably Googled. That's what I'm saying, okay? Christian, please give that woman her money back. Now, moving on from there, we then see Brittany Renner, okay? And every time I see that girl, I feel like she gets more pale. I'm like, what is going on with your skin, girl? Just go sit in the sun a little bit. But nonetheless, y'all know she is Muslim now, okay? And according to her, her and her baby daddy, they're on better terms. We do see her meet with Jackie. And she says that, some people she's gotten closer with. However, she had to remove a lot of people who were in her close circle, including her mother. Y'all, the same mom who was raising her child while she was doing whatever she wanted to do. Let's just keep that in mind. However, Brittany says that her mom stole from her and her mother lied. And not just stole from her, but stole money from her. And I'm like, ooh, now mama, what's going on here? Why are you stealing money from her? Like, what's going on here, y'all? Now, Jackie invites this girl to Friendsgiving. And again, we have somebody else who is not feeling Evelyn. Because once Jackie mentioned, oh yeah, Evelyn's going to cook something from her heritage. And Brittany was like, baby, Evelyn is nobody's friend, okay? At the end of the day, Brittany wants Evelyn to be held accountable for some things. And I will give her that. There has definitely been times where Evelyn has done horrible things and there is no accountability, okay? However, in the later scene, I was just very surprised by Evelyn. Moving on, we see Jen, she's meeting up with Ming Lee. Now, here's the thing. Ming Lee, she started out as a girl who had like a beauty business, I believe. I believe she did hair. And she hustled her way to having followers, getting a lot of success. Now she has a multi-million-dollar company. And she says that she moved to LA so that way she can expand her brand. Now, according to her, she dated Ty Young. Here's the thing. She said that is in past tense because they have broken up. My question is, when they signed that contract, were they together and then they broke up like right after? Because that's so interesting for both of them to come on this show and they're actually not together. I'm like, okay, that's a little different. Now, Here's the thing though, when it comes to Ming and Ty, we all know who Ty Young is. Ty has made her way around those Atlanta streets. You know, she dated Mimi Faust, and she's dated a plethora of other people. Remember, it was rumored that her and Drew Sidora had something going on. So we shall see what these two are going to bring to the show. Okay? Now, basically, Jennifer invites her to the Friendsgiving. All right, cool. Evelyn and Brandy meet up. And y'all, when asked what was she bringing to the Friendsgiving, why did she say rice and beans? I'm sorry. Rice and beans is absolutely a staple in a lot of Latin communities. But I just thought she was going to make something that was like a certified Puerto Rican dish. Like, only Puerto Ricans make this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a very Puerto Rican specific dish. But okay, cool. At least she got in the kitchen and she was in there cooking. Cool. Now, she goes on to tell Brandy about this whole situation with Jen and how she feels like, you know, that man needs to go ahead and get the people their money. Because he is scamming people. And let me tell you, her baby daddy, Carl, cousin Kiki, she wants her money and she wants it now, okay? Honestly, I can't even be mad right now at Evelyn bringing this up. The fact that she knows somebody who's been scammed by Christian, like, how convenient. How convenient is that for her to, you know, keep that little information in her pocket to be like, look, Jen, I'm not lying. It's crazy. But we're going to go ahead and move on because we got to get to the Friendsgiving, okay? All right, so Evelyn is the first person to arrive to this Friendsgiving, right? She done brought her rice and beans, and she goes to talk to Jackie. Now, y'all, why did Jackie try to tell us that she cooked a turkey? Miss Mamas is so excited about her and this turkey. Baby, that turkey was not cooked at all, okay? That turkey looked dry, but at the same time, it still looked like it could have been frozen. I was so confused. I was so confused. Because y'all know what it was giving? Remember on Flavor of Love, where old girl put that chicken in the microwave and tried to say that it was going to cook in the microwave? That's what this was giving. And I'm just like, now, Jackie, you know better. You know better. Like, what is happening right now? So Chantel gets there, Brittany gets there, and it's already tension. I must say, I loved Brittany's look. That dress on her, the hijab, everything looked good. Like, I do like her in the Muslim garb. I do. I can't lie about that. Here's the thing though, it's already awkward. And Brittany straight up says that, you know, usually she's not in spaces with people that she don't like. And we all know that was towards Evelyn. Now, she walks away and Jackie goes after her. And Jackie basically told her, baby, listen, whoever you got to check, go ahead and check them. Baby, you got my full support. I said, okay, Jackie is with the best this season. We love that. Now, they go back outside. Brittany goes on to be like, you know, I thought we was cool. I thought, you know, we had a good relationship. But you went on an interview and you said that, you know, I was unprofessional and all these things. Now, here's the thing. Evelyn says, yeah, you were unprofessional when you first started on the show. And at the same time, you did an interview where you called us all miserable bees. So, honestly, it's given an eye for an eye. One was talking crap, so the other one responded. These two hug it out, so I guess they're on good terms. Like, there goes my hope that somebody's going to be on Evelyn's head all season. So, the rest of the ladies show up, right? And here's my whole thing. It was so funny to me that Evelyn was like, you know, I printed everything out so Jennifer can see it because, you know, I'm bringing my receipts. Baby, she ain't gonna look at the papers. That girl is still in her honeymoon phase. She is not about to worry about the papers. Okay? Now, Jackie is still trying to get these people to taste that uncooked chicken. Ma'am, stop trying to give people salmonella. Please stop. Okay? And then the fact that she was trying to cut it with some scissors. Y'all come get Jackie Christie. Please come get Jackie Christie. Now, they eat dinner and Jackie lets Jen and Evelyn have the floor. So Evelyn explains that, she talked to a private investigator and that was the audio and video that people heard. But I'm just like, regardless of if you talk to a private investigator or not, ma'am, you should be apologizing and saying, you know what? I should have just came to you first. I shouldn't have went to social media. I shouldn't have went to blogs, interviews. I shouldn't have, there shouldn't be any audio out there of me even talking about this. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Jennifer, she says that there's a lot of false information out there, and we're not about to make this about Christian. Now, one thing I will say is, listen, Evelyn is kind of right on the money with this one. Hell, honestly, I feel like Evelyn may gain some fans again because of this situation. Because here's the thing, Evelyn is like, but girl, we are going to make this about Christian because he's the one who stole the money. Like, what are we talking about? And how does Evelyn know that he stole some money? Because her baby daddy Carl cousin Kiki, she got scammed. Okay? And here's the thing. Evelyn is really advocating, okay, for Kiki to get her $1,500 back. And baby, I'm with Chantel. Put me at the kids' table right now. Because the way Jennifer and Evelyn are going back and forth, yep, I don't want to be involved in this. Now, Jennifer is basically saying that she does not care. She don't care about the people who are claiming that her man took their money. She don't care about nothing because, like I said, she's in that honeymoon phase. Baby, you can't tell her nothing about her man. And Evelyn is like, you don't care about the victims? You sound crazy. Like, yes, this man, he did take these people's money. And the crazy response that Jen gave was, Christian doesn't even know her. Christian doesn't even know these people. I said, oh my gosh, Jennifer, you sound dumb. Because let's call a thing, okay? That man is running the same scam as the internet girls who have ebooks and have these courses where they're sharing information that you can freely find on the internet, okay? He basically has a link on his page to be like, I can teach you how to be a day trader. Click the link. He has a full page of all the magical things that he's going to supposedly teach you and give you so much knowledge for a fee of $1,500. You have people clicking saying, oh my gosh, I want to learn how to be a day trader because look at his lifestyle. Clearly he's making money. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay the money. They're paying $1,500. Then he's sending them a link to what was it, Bitcoin? He's scamming these people, probably trying to get even more money out of them. It doesn't sound like they got a link to any type of a PDF file, a doc file, anything to teach them any type of anything. Okay? There's no portal, no nothing. AKA, he's getting the money and running away with it. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure they're emailing, sending him messages, leaving comments on his social media page, and all that stuff is getting ignored and deleted. Like, I don't know why that part just pissed me off so bad. Because I'm just like, how do you not see what's happening? So, I think, what's her name? Jen was like, well, he's a day trader, and you win some and you lose some. But Evelyn's like, okay, but should a felon even be a day trader? Now I said, hold on, Evelyn. We cannot stop these people from making money, okay? We can't do that. But I see where you're going with this. So Evelyn is over it. And basically she tells Jen that she's too smart to be going through all this. And in her confessional, she says it, what's her name? Jennifer was basically isolated by Christian, okay? He kind of put her in her own bubble. And here's the thing, Evelyn, if we want to be completely honest, which this was not your job, but you didn't help the situation. Okay? Because think about it, Jennifer is a solo individual at this point. She doesn't have any more family lineage. Like, her mom passed away. That's all she had. Now, I don't know if she got some cousins or something, but I'm saying, like, she doesn't have any, like, direct family. And you were her best friend. Y'all fell out for some years. And I'm going to be completely honest. When you fall out with your best friend, baby, you don't trust nobody, because that person is the one who you was riding with for years. Like, I don't like when they're like, oh, Jen and Evelyn have been friends for 25 years. No, they haven't. In that short span of time that they were not friends, that completely changed everything. Those two women are never going to be back the same, ever. Okay? Too much hurt and mess came out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like through all of that, Jen kept getting the short end of the stick. People were not rocking with Jen because everybody was Team Evelyn. So, at this point, she done found a new man. He is, treating her right, doing all the nice things. And yes, it was very easy for him to isolate her, if that's the term that you want to use, because she had nobody else to, like, pour into her. Like, let's call a thing here. And I'm not saying that that's Evelyn's responsibility, but at the same time, that girl was already on an island by herself for a while. So I'm not surprised by any of this. You know what I'm saying? Now, at one point, Chantel was like, I don't even know what's going on. Jen has already went upstairs because she trying to leave. And Evelyn is explaining that man is running a Ponzi scheme. And keep in mind, the house is 3 levels. So Jennifer has finally made it to the top, and she's yelling from the top of the stairs that they need to stop talking about it. And Evelyn said that she needs to tell her man to stop stealing money. Baby, this is a mess. So Jen ends up leaving, and Jackie tells Evelyn, like, listen, it's very clear that you may care about Jennifer, but at the same time, Jennifer is always going to pick her man. And baby, that was probably one of the best statements that Jackie done made, because that is very true. Women always choose their partner over their friends. It is a rare thing that we see women believe their friends and what they're saying. Because, baby, can't nobody tell me about my man, even though your same man could be doing dirt, dogging you out, putting you in situations that you don't even need to be in. Now, the last scene we get is Jen. She's going to go pick up Christian. At first, I was kind of confused because I said, baby, why you got a suitcase? But then I guess he was coming from Atlanta to California. And she's explaining to him about Evelyn, baby daddy Carl, cousin Kiki, and how she said that he stole her money. And according to Christian, $1,500, like, that's nothing. It costs $1,500 for them to go to dinner. Like, that's just my lifestyle. I said, that's an interesting way for you to phrase that. Then he went on to say, and I don't like the fact that she's even using the term victims, because Jen told him that, they should basically care about the victims losing their money. And he's like, yeah, I don't really like the term victims being used. And I'm just like, again, interesting. Now, Jennifer, she feels like Evelyn needs to mind her own business because the streets are talking, and baby Jennifer ain't no doormat no more. I said, oh, okay. Big bad Jen in the building. Y'all, we gonna see what happens with this season. That was the end of the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Are y'all Team Evelyn or Team Jen in this situation? And what do y'all feel about Shani and her mom? Like, her and Jackie seem, like they do not like each other. Or should I say, Shani don't like her mama, and Jackie's trying. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you on my next review. Bye, guys.